Firstly, I'd like to say that what I wanted to do was not to stage the idiot, but rather to stage the novel about the idiot. I wanted to remain as faithful and as close as possible to Dostoevsky. What interested me was not only the subject, a man who is an idiot, but also the manner in which Dostoevsky placed this idiot into society, how he placed the idiot upon and in conformity with other people, and how this tale was woven. For this reason, I had to make use of certain features which had been discovered during the development of theatre. In order to gain an open structure on the stage, I had to rely on some of the approaches acquired from Brechtian theatre. Yet, at times, I also had to rely upon some of the achievements of surrealist theatre. All the time, I was not actually searching for a particular genre or stylistic image for stage presentation. All the time, I had before my eyes only this question: how to present the central character of the novel as the main figure on stage. This involved a whole tangle of intriguing matters. The reader who comes to the novel with a closer personal relationship with the central character also retains in the fantasy a personal image of that figure. By contrast, in the theatre, the audience must see the man in the flesh, who may be quite different from the character they had personally conceived when reading the novel. In pa mora vendarle na nek način ustrezati v globalu tisti predstavi, ki jo je bralec imel v tem romanu. No, in tako se mi zdi, da sem s to... I have used an open form and have devised a production with 23 actors who are constantly coming onto the stage. And these individual figures in the individual sketches, altogether I have 13 sketches, are peeled away from the dark, waiting mass in the background, which, I feel, creates the impression that the action is actually taking place continuously, with different characters and different events. So it seems to me the stage presentation is, in a sense, brought close to giving the impression of the very broad treatment of a fresco. Obravnavanja freske na nek način. Podvig je v začetku bil videti popolnoma tvegan. At the start, this exploit seemed highly risky, for I myself did not quite believe that such a thing was possible. Nevertheless, I have the impression that gradually, relatively, the approach began to succeed. And above all, it seems to me that it was necessary to stress the function of the actors, and through the function of the actors, to convey the function of the words. Thus, I have the impression that in this production, and in similar ones towards the beginning of the 3rd century, one returns towards a true experience, towards a fundamental presentation of human fates. K nekemu, bi rekel, silno resničnemu doživljanju, skratka k nekim temeljem, morda ne tako močno poudarjenega psihološkega gledališča, kot je bilo včasih, vendarle pa k nekim temeljem prikazovanja človeških usod. To se mi zdi karakteristično za polje, v katerem je ta predstava nastajala. As I mentioned earlier, the montage itself is a production composed of 13 sketches which endeavor to follow the storyline of the novel and in a certain sense rely upon the staging of mysteries, so that the production itself is a form of modern mystery dealing with the basic questions and problems of our existence. Tako da je v določenem smislu lahko ta uprizoritev seveda tudi nek modern misterij,
kjer se obravnavajo temeljne stvari, temeljna vprašanja, temeljni problemi naše siceršnje eksistence. Roman je pač tak, da seže globoko.
For the novel itself is one which reaches deep into the human consciousness. When you read the novel, and I hope that something similar also happens for those who see the stage production, you feel yourself, you feel that man is portrayed somehow in a special poetic way. I think that through this one deepens that consciousness of being, that consciousness of being human.
Mislim, da se s tem nekako poglobi ta zavest bivanja, ta zavest človeškosti.